this is CultureShop.tv, a channel dedicated to the heritage retail sector. I'm Erin.
And I'm Richard, and we'll be your guide to some expert advice, ideas and insights on how to make your museum or gallery shop the very best it can be.
We'll be visiting shops of all shapes and sizes to bring you the very latest thinking in retail thinking right here.
We'll look at the customer, the products, the financials and suppliers, everything that can influence the profitability of your shop, because we know it's the museum shop that often keeps the museum doors open.
Over the series, we'll cover everything from KPIs to guidebook, visual merchandising to range planning.
We'll speak to heritage retail people who have been there, done that, and in some cases, literally got the t-shirt.
Welcome to Culture Shop.
Coming up, we'll be getting the lowdown on the top tips for visual merchandising.
And we'll take a look at how your museum's collection can inspire your product range.
But first, why are we here? Why have a shop? What's their role? What do shops add to the visitor experience?
And why is exit through the gift shop such a big deal? Let's find out.
I think it's really important that we have shops in museums. It allows our visitor to finish their visit, browse the shop and take home some products for their memories when they get back. On the financial side, it's a very important income generator. So for the cathedral shop here, we get some substantial revenue that enables us to complete our cathedral mission.
The most important aspect of a shop is that it must make money. Otherwise, there's absolutely no point having one.
We get no state funding whatsoever. So the fact that we can give our profit back to the cathedral to help them do their work, to help the building stand up, is a real incentive that a lot of the regular customers also feel they are supporting the cathedral when they buy a gift from us here.
But then I do think a lot of people take their purchases as a donation, so they'll think instead of putting £5 in the box, I'll go and spend £10 in the shop.
Clearly there's a financial perspective, and actually I think it's much more crucial in smaller organisations. You know, an effective business strategy that would include retail, I think, is hugely important in terms of sustainability of these organisations.
I suppose the most obvious answer is that it's about taking a memory home, something to keep after you've been around the galleries or around the park or the house. On the other hand, it can be as simple as straightforward retail therapy.
We all like shopping, we all understand the behaviours and cultures around shopping. I think often some of the experiences in the gallery particularly are quite intense, whether it's an exhibition or going to visit the permanent collection. And I've always seen shops as a bit of an opportunity to play, actually, rather than take them too seriously.
Somebody once said, if shopping doesn't make you happy, you're in the wrong shop.
People like shopping, people like eating.
But I'm a firm believer in shops actually representing the organisation to the public. They are the public face, and I believe that all the shop staff are really ambassadors for the museum.
One of the key things I think you've got to remember is that your shop is an extension of the venue.
One of the biggest challenges we have in the shop is certainly maintaining the customer service that our visitors experience throughout their visit. We're really there to make sure that there's products they've got that they want to buy, that they're engaging with their day, but also that we're the farewell. We get to say goodbye, we get to thank them for their visit.
So the shop should be an extension of that brand and visitor experience.
In a lot of museums, particularly those that are free entry, the public have very little contact with staff. But where do they have contact? In the cafe, tea room, and certainly in the shop. And providing the shop staff engage with the visitors and actually sell to them and talk to them, then they can have a huge impact on the public's perception of the attraction. In fact, I believe it actually makes or breaks the visit.
The standards and the time it takes to curate a museum and the exhibition and the care and attention taken into telling the story, you should apply exactly those same principles in your store. You've got a story to tell. You've got a memento that they can take away with them.
We get to make product that isn't available anywhere else, that really engages with everyone who passes through. We're really here to tell stories, to expand on the information that we've had during our visit, and really sort of educate, but also just give people some fun and some memories to take home with them.
Throughout CultureShop, we'll be asking people for their top tips for heritage retailers like you. Here's Linda Murray and her top 3 must-haves for brilliant visual merchandising.
If someone was to say to me, what are my top tips to become a better visual merchandiser? The first thing I would say is to understand your product really well and understand how it's been bought. So get to know the person who's doing the buying, because they can show you and explain to you how they saw the product at the buying show, how it was displayed at that buying show, and you can get to the heart of the product. So knowing your product is absolutely key. Secondly, I would say that using groupings, so that's your triangular groupings, repetition, and allowing each of your displays to have space are absolutely critical. And finally, love your product and love what you're doing with it, because if you love your product and love what you're doing with it, that comes across in the way that you display it, and the customers will see the excitement in the product, the provenance of the product, love the venue that they're shopping in, and also they'll get a better service from you.
Now, looking for a little inspiration for your product range? Look no further than your museum collection. Let's get inspired with Selena Fellows.
Inspiration, yes, sorry, yeah. Inspiring your product strategy. So where to look? There are so many places, really exciting. Number 1, obviously, is the collection. But number 2, equally important, is actually any market research data that the museum or gallery or heritage attraction has undertaken about who your visitors are, any demographic information about their lifestyle in particular, so you understand who those people walking through the door are. So thinking about inspiration in terms of the collection, the curators are a fantastic place to start, and so many of the curators and museum directors I've been lucky enough to work with over the years, some of the best product ideas have come from them. I remember one museum I worked with, and the curator suggested a wonderful poem about death, and actually it made the most brilliant tea towel, and they've carried on selling it for years and years and years. So hats off to you, Tim, if you're watching this. I'm very grateful for that idea. The curators have got a huge knowledge of their collections, and as we all know, most of the collections in the UK are not actually out on display. So it's not necessarily to be selling things which are derived from bits of the collection which are necessarily on show. They may be from parts of the collection which are hidden away in storage, and yet can make some fantastic Christmas cards or greetings cards or jigsaw puzzles or whatever. So I'd suggest your first port of call after you've had a look round the collection is actually go and talk to the curators and ask them about some of the hidden gems that are tucked away. Give them a little bit of a parameter within which to look. So having done your inspiration in terms of thinking about which parts of your visitor market are coming through the front door you want to target, it's then thinking, for example, if you wanted to produce a range of, I don't know, kids' toys and games perhaps, it's then taking that brief to the curators and talking to them about that and asking them for any ideas of things in the collection.
Join us again next time when we'll be telling stories through visual merchandising.
And we'll look at how the right product selection turns visitors into buyers. See you then, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.